Good afternoon, Alexis. Excuse me, so sorry. But I too also personally believe that democracy is becoming more adopted throughout the world. I feel like in the past, like the forms of government didn't enable people to have a voice, to have a say. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like what this world is just slowly but surely like moving towards, which obviously the US has already adopted, but is democracy, because people's ideologies are changing. They're thinking, you know what, I feel like I should have a say in, who's representing me, which is understandable. And I feel like that's why it's becoming so widely supported. But on the other sense, I do see what you're saying when you mention that like China is like a pure or a form of pure capitalism. Personally, I feel like the reason why places as such like China, for an example, could possibly have that pure, what's the word I'm looking for? Pure capitalism market, is you can kind of look at the type of government style they have. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like both the type of market or the type of, the economy, like economic market we have, compared to the type of what's the word, like government system that we have, kind of go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? Like with China, you can probably see that because their form of government is a little bit more strict. It's, less based off of, supporting the people and letting them have a say. It's more so like control and power, which I could see how that kind of transcribes over to their monetary market. Honestly, I personally couldn't find, I looked up, I tried to do like lots of research trying to find at least one country that actually had a pure capitalist market, and I couldn't find any. And I feel like, in my opinion, the reason for that is that people are wanting, first, I feel like in a democracy, people are wanting to, like I mentioned before, be represented by people who actually they can relate to, and two, them have a say in the type of control that they're under. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that type of capitalistic market isn't as much in like powerful anymore, or popular, I should say, excuse me, because like you mentioned, that type of market kind of like increases the social gap, the social classes gap between one another. You know what I'm saying? It just, like you said, makes the rich richer. Like the rich, the ones at the top are the ones that are most benefiting from it, and the ones at the bottom are kind of, left in a horrible situation. And I feel like it's not as adopted anymore, because that's just not just like democracy. Like democracy is sustainable, like proven, like over time. It's what's the word I'm looking for? I guess sustainable. Yeah. Like it's proven to work and be successful over a long period of time, whereas in my opinion, a market like a capitalist market, like that can only really go for so long until something, bad happens, or like people start, rioting and wanting to have something to say about it. So I just feel like in the long-term aspect, that capitalistic markets aren't adopted solely because they're not beneficial, like to anybody really. I mean, other than the top class. And I feel like democracy is widely adopted because it enables people to have a voice. People are seeing that when you have a better voice, you're happier. There's better living conditions, working conditions. You know what I'm saying? So people just are having a better way of life. So that's why I feel like democracy is widely adopted, and that is why, unfortunately, I did not personally see a pure capitalistic market adopted anywhere, unfortunately. But yeah, thank you for your time.